Hi guys, Chichi here again. This time I put my face here so you can say hi. And I'm gonna do a video that's hopefully shorter. And it's gonna be a help to a friend that started Dota. Just literally started now. It has something like 10 games in Dota now. And he joined DotaFire and he's been having some difficulties in how to actually start playing. So this video is for everyone that just wants to play the game and gets frustrated at how complex it is and how much stuff you need to know to succeed. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to be looking at the game menu really quickly and tell you what do you do. So you install the game, right? You install the game, you open it, you get this menu. This is your profile here. There's a lot of stuff that you don't really need to know. There's your friend list. And if you're a new player, if you just started playing, what I want you to do is to click this tab here. It says learn for a reason. So let's click learn and let's see. What do we have here? We have tutorials. Believe it or not, this is quite recent in Dota. We had a tutorial before, but it was way more basic. And this is really good now because it allows you to get some sort of view of how the game is supposed to work. You get topics like how to actually purchase items, what it means to last hit, what it means to level up, get XP. So you get a notion of how you're supposed to be actually playing the game. So my advice, if you want to start playing Dota, just come to these tutorials, click this first one and do it, please. You'll learn a lot more and faster than you would do if you just queued with normal humans or if you just read about it. So I would say first things first, come here and play the tutorial. What this tutorial also does is you can play three different heroes after the first one for mechanics. You can play Dragon Knight, you can play Sniper, and you can play Shadow Shaman. And I really like this choice of heroes because they will teach you very different things. When you play Dragon Knight, for instance, you're going to learn how you play in game as a melee hero that needs to be close to attack. And you're going to learn things like what it means to have a stun, for instance, what it means to have a disable. Then you play Sniper, and you're playing a ranged hero that has two passives. So you're going to learn what a passive is exactly and how it affects your game. And then you're going to play Shadow Shaman, which is a support contrary to the other two heroes who were both cores. So you're going to also get a view into what it actually means to play a hero that's made for supporting. Another difference between these three heroes, which is really good, is you're going to get the three types of heroes: strength, agility, and intelligence. So you can see what actually that means in terms of stats. So I would say do this, and then you have the options of co-op matches, and finally, the summit of everything you learned, go play a game with real heroes. Sorry, with real humans. But in order to do that, just start by this. Just do these tutorials, search if you have questions. What I would also advise you is, when you're doing this, try to pause the game when you have doubts and come to the two tabs that can really help you know about lists of things that you need to know in Dota, which are items and heroes, all the heroes that exist and what they do. So the first thing is items. Here you see next to tutorials you have items. You can click on this, you'll get a list of every single item that is in the game. More importantly, the shops in the game, because as you will notice when you play, you don't only have your home shop in your fountain, but you also have side shops and what we call the secret shops. And in every one of these shops, you can buy different things. They don't sell all the same. So you need to know this in order to buy the item that you want. So for instance, if you click here on the side shop, let's see, side shop, only these items are sold on the side shop, the illuminated ones, right? So this is really good for you to understand what you can buy here or not. And that's going to actually play a huge part in the game. So come here, run about this, click on the items, you're going to get the details. As you can see also, for instance, this is a consumable item, which means you use it and then it disappears from your inventory. It doesn't give you anything else. It does give you this effect that passes after a certain duration. But you also have items like Iron Branch. And with Iron Branch, what you can do is you can buy other things with Iron Branch that result in these three different items. There's a lot of items that work like this. So if you want to know what you can transform some item into, come here and you see, for instance, Iron Branch can go into a magic one, a buckler, or a headdress. Now, how to actually do this? You want to do a magic wand. Okay, click it. A magic wand has a circlet, Iron Branch, magic stick. So this is what you need to buy to get yourself a magic wand. Okay, so basic item interactions, you come here, you check it out, you click around and you'll see. So, the other thing that I really want to see if you start playing now, besides the tutorials, besides the items, come here to the big tab and check heroes. Basically, if you come to heroes, you'll get a list of every single hero in the game. They will be ranged in different categories, which is really good for you also, because you need to start getting a grasp of what this means. So here you have the strength heroes, the agility heroes, and the intelligence heroes separated, right? And this is important for you, even if you want, I sincerely advise you to start giving a look to actually read the Wikipedia and written things about what these categories mean. What are the actual numbers that they result in and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into that here. You have the different roles that hero play here. You see nuker, disabler, jungler, etc. All of this are also different types of roles, if we can say it like this. I did a longer video about this. If you want, you can also check it out, and then I explain better which one of these is supposed to mean. Then you also have the basic notion that every new player should know, which is what separates a carry from a support, and heroes that you should be playing as support and you should be playing as a carry. Of course, there are nuances to this, especially if you get higher in the game and you get more knowledge about it and you play for longer. But then for now, let's just say this is the most basic difference between heroes. So, example, my friend wants to start playing Jakiro, so Jakiro is here. He doesn't know which Jakiro is supposed to be doing, right? He doesn't know at all. So I advise come here, click Jakiro, and you will get Jakiro's page where you can see every single ability if you hover your mouse, right? So you see what it does, you see the cooldown, you see the mana that it costs. This is really good. You can also see here the categories. So for instance, you see he's played as a support. Of course, if you're a higher player, you know it's played as a core in higher level games, but that doesn't happen in low level games, and you need to start learning what it means to be playing as a support and playing as a core. So I advise you, for instance, when you have a hero that in higher levels is played as both, to just choose the one of them which is, let's say, more conventional, basically. So, for instance, Jakiro, play him as a support so you can start understanding how to deal with it. You have his categories here. He's also a nuker, a pusher, and a disable. If you hover your mouse, you see what this means. This is really good, right? Because if you don't know what the disabler means, basically you come here and it says it means it has a guaranteed disable for one or more of their spells. What does having a disable mean? Dota Wiki, I'm going to link a series of other resources on the internet that you can visit. Stuff like Dotabuff, DotaFire page with the written guides, the Pvgna site where I also make contact content. Jesus Christ, that has the video guides. So just check that for this kind of information. I advise you to do that. And if you come here, basically you will get this important concepts that you can later research and understand better, right? Okay, so finally, to finish this video, besides checking the heroes here and their categories, there's another thing that Dota added now that I think is really good for starters, players. This is the complexity tab here. Basically, if you click this, it's going to give you the heroes that are more simple to play, and if you keep clicking adding these walls, it gives you the hardest heroes to play because they require different things like very good technical skills in playing the game or very good communication knowledge of concepts like positioning in Dota, things like that. I would suggest if you're new to Dota, stay away from the heroes. For instance, don't play a hero like Io, because IO is really really hard and you're not going to enjoy yourself in the beginning, and this kind of heroes, just avoid them, right? Because for one reason or another they're more complex. I would advise, so take this balls out, play the complexity number one, these heroes, easiest heroes. As you will notice, heroes like Dragonite that were just in our tutorials, right? And then other heroes. For instance, if you're playing support and you're learning support now, things like Ogre. Because why Ogre is simple, his skills are more or less straightforward, and he has a lot of health and armor. Is very survivable basically. So if you play Ogre as a support, you're gonna not die as much as you would with a normal other support, and that's really good for starters, right? So I advise pick heroes from this pool, and you can't go wrong. Okay, so this is almost everything I wanted to tell you this time. I wanted to finish this with saying don't ever underestimate bots. If you're starting the game, come here, do practice with bots. Either solo or co op, that means with other humans. Just go play this. Play bots first in passive and easy, and then go a bit bigger into medium and hard because that's really good for your training. Most people think playing with bots is either boring or not actually good to learn because they think humans, of course, are more intelligent. Humans adapt. Humans adapt. They are not like a computer. So I need to play with actual humans, and that is true to an extent because the interesting thing is it's not only fun, especially if you're new in Dota, to play with bots because you're still playing a game that you never played and you're still understanding these things how they work, but also it actually really helps you with concepts like last sitting because the good thing that bots have that humans don't have is perfection. If you play bots in, for instance, hard mode, they will not miss last hits because they are a computer, right? So they know exactly how much uh, health the creep has, how much time it takes to the hero for the hero to attack. So this kind of thing, if you can outlast hit a bot, you know you're ready to play against a human because a human is going to make more mistakes, that kind of mistakes, right? So it's really good for you to start. And I want to analyze also that. I'm going to do a video as soon as I can about an actual game with bots, not because I think I need to show you stuff inside that, but more because there's all these options in the menu that I think are really good for a new player, like the builds that you can click on, and most people don't know where that is and they don't know where to research. So I'm going to try to do that next. And I think this is all for now. I'm going to post some resource links in the description of the video, like I said. And if you have any doubts, just tell me, okay? So I hope this helps. So bye, this is all.